Hi, welcome Wings, Wheels, and Wires, your channel for tech and travel. And today I'm dressed up in all my BMW i lifestyle clothing in honor of the release of a new BMW i vehicle, the BMW i7. Now, I've got to admit, I have never been the biggest fan of the 7 Series. It's just way too much vehicle. But the release of this vehicle is a lot more important than you might think. And let's look at that right now.
Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a...
The importance of this vehicle is going to be broken down into two pieces: company attitude and design. Let's start with the company attitude. I have a BMW i3. The first time I went to go look at it was in about 2018, 2019. When I did, I went to the dealerships, as a matter of fact, BMW of El Cajon, where this release was set. And at that time, when I went in, I said, hey, I want to look at a BMW i3. And the salesperson very quickly basically told me I don't want that and directed me towards a 3 Series gas car instead. So their attitude is very much not for the vehicles. The BMW i division took their electric vehicle production very seriously, but when it got to the dealerships, they didn't want to sell electric vehicles, and it was obvious their hearts weren't into it. Now, here we are in 2022. The BMW i7 has been released, and they have a massive release event. This was a big deal, all right? They really made a big production out of the release of this car, which shows a massive attitude shift towards electric vehicles. So, how is this such a big event? Well, it was only a local event, so it's not like there was some super sneak preview, right? But even though it was a somewhat regional only event, it was by invitation only. They had a DJ, multiple different meal setups, cookie tray which included BMW focused cookies, meat and cheese tray, a barista serving cappuccinos with the BMW logo on the top. All these things, they put a lot of money into this release. They had an unveiling of the vehicle. They really, really did make this a big presentation. Hopefully they got their money back from people buying the vehicle or ordering the vehicle, because they obviously spent a fair amount. Take into account, this is the same dealer that just 5 years earlier didn't even want to sell an electric car. So this is a huge change in the attitude of BMW and of their dealerships. This cannot be understated, that they went from electric being some quirky thing that some division made, and we really don't want to sell it, into this is a big deal for us. All right, so let's get into the second important aspect of this vehicle, the design. Like I said earlier, I'm not a fan of the 7 Series design. It's great if you want to open your own limousine company, but anything short of that, it's just way too much vehicle for just being a sedan. 5 Series gets the job done. If you need more space, you get an SUV, right? So for me, it's not a great vehicle. But that's kind of the point, because let's look at the EV market. Tesla has 4 vehicles. 2 are sedans, and then 1 is a crossover SUV, and 1 is a full-size SUV. Let's look at BMW. They do have the i4, but then they have the iX in the US and the iX1 in Europe. Both of these are SUV or crossover SUVs. Let's look at Kia. They have the EV6, a crossover SUV, the Niro, a compact SUV. How about Ford? They have the F-150 Lightning, but then they have the Mustang Mach-E, a Mustang, but it's a crossover SUV. Porsche has their Taycan. Even Toyota has their B4ZX, BX4Z, R2D2, whatever it is. Hopefully it keeps its wheels on. All right. Either way, as you may notice, there's a pattern here. Compact SUVs, crossover SUVs, even Cooper Mini EV, right? All of these are pretty much the same design. So this is why this is important. The more vehicles we get in a variety of designs, different form factors, the more people are going to get interested in them. I will use my son as an example. He had a crossover SUV, basically Nissan Juke. He got it, he sold it and needed to get a new vehicle. So his new vehicle, he didn't want a crossover SUV. So I was trying to talk him into getting an EV, and he's like, great, show me one that's not a crossover SUV. And what he was looking for is sort of a sports coupe kind of thing. And he didn't want a Tesla. There's nothing there, right? So I think a variety of form factors would be great for the market. I would love to see like something like the BMW Z3 in electric. I would buy that in a heartbeat, okay? But nobody makes it, right? So that's the thing. This is really important because it gives one other vehicle type option out there for people to shop. Because you know what? While I myself don't like 7 Series, there's some people that's the only vehicle they'll drive. And the gas mileage on those things is not awesome, right? So they would probably really love to have that vehicle in electric. And there may be and it's great for BMW because there may be some people who want other large format sedans. Maybe they own Mercedes, maybe they own Cadillac, and they don't have this in electric. So they might go, hey, BMW has a 7 Series electric, let me go with that. So both of these show a lot of shift in the electric vehicle market that I think is pretty important. So if you yourself have noticed a difference in the way BMW treats its electric vehicle line, go ahead and put that in the comments down below. While you're at it, if you're finding this video useful or entertaining, go ahead and hit the like button. And of course, while you're down there doing all these other things, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I shout out all my new subscribers. Stand by to the end of the video to see the subscriber shout outs for this video. Okay, now that I've covered the importance of the release of this car, let's talk about my impression of this car. So first off, did I mention it was big? Now when I say big, let me give you an idea. This thing is 77 inches wide, 61 inches high, which it actually sat equally high with their X1 crossover SUV. So it is as tall as a small SUV. It is 212 inches long. Now, in case you don't quite grasp how long 212 inches is, let me give you an idea. This is my 2004 Nissan Armada. It's got a large engine area for a V8 engine. It's got 3 rows of seating. They accommodate 7 people, and it has a large cargo area in the back behind the 3rd row. This vehicle is an absolute beast, and it still only comes in at 207 inches, which is still 5 inches shorter than the BMW i7. Okay, but here comes the big piece of this. This car is also extremely luxurious, right? Your touch controls for the rear are actually small tablets. Kind of like having an iPod Touch built into the armrest. It gives you control of all the different features, including control of the display, which is a drop-down, massive display that covers almost the entire width of the back seat. All right, the seats are extremely comfortable. You have a ton of leg room. You can put the front seat all the way back and still have a ton of leg room, okay, in the back. So this thing is really spacious, really luxurious. You have illuminated panels inside the door. You have the crystalline iDrive controller. All these things are absolutely luxurious. The front display for your controls and your infotainment, really nice. So this thing is really a luxurious vehicle. Now, inside seating, tons of space. The trunk, massive. This part was a little disappointing. Good news is that you can actually open the hood. Bad news is there's no storage space, there's no frunk, which just baffles me because the hood area of this car is half the length of my i3, and I have a frunk, right? So they really could have done it, put something in there. Really disappointed they didn't. I'm glad you can open it, but I'm really disappointed that there is absolutely no space. They just spread everything out so much. I think this is going to continue to be a theme for them because, again, their i cars are now basically multi-platform vehicles, right? They have everything set up very similar to their gas car counterparts, right? The i3 and the 3 Series are the same vehicle. They're just configured different, and they run on different drivetrains. Anytime you have this cross-platform, you're going to run into not having an effective frunk, because what you want to do is still keep all the other components around the engine the same, and you just interchange the gas and electric motors and keep everything else laid out the same so that it's pretty uniform to work on. From a design perspective, from a maintenance perspective, this is really awesome. From a owner's perspective, it sucks, honestly. I would much rather have a frunk in something with such a huge hood area. All right, so that wraps up the video. Please like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you want to see future videos from me. Also, I have links down below for the Redbubble store if you want to support the channel through buying channel-related merch. I also have the link for my Aptera referral link if you'd like to save $30 off of Aptera reservation. All right, now we'll move into my subscriber shoutouts. My new subscribers are Eric Ulrich, Mazan Bira, and Christopher Hall. If you'd like to get a shout out, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and either, one, make sure that you're visible so I can see who subscribed. By default, this is not the case, so it's something you have to change. Or you could just send me a message in the comments below going, "Hey Rich, I subscribed," and I will add you onto this. All right, thank you and have a great day.
I want to thank El Cajon for hosting all of us and putting on this event. So let's give it up for BMW El Cajon. But yeah, so the reason why you guys are all here is to unveil the all-new first ever BMW i7. And we also have the all-new BMW X1. So they're both fully redesigned. We invite you guys to get in the car, play around, touch buttons, ask as many questions as you have. We are doing test drives as well. So without further ado, if you guys want to unveil the car, and here it is.